Okay, let's see here. This is another one of these videos. As to be expected, since the whole thing I'm going here is obviously to be Battle Nations related channel or something like that. Which I suppose should make sense, right? It's a whole bunch of stuff to still do, I guess. Either way, got a quick little raider encounter here. I mean, presumably. It would be nice should the raiders still be as easy as they are here to defeat. Because at the later levels, there's a big turning point where they go from the current unit stats to very much way. And I mean, it's not bad to have them all go up in stats, but you know, if you're not expecting it, you'll probably get screwed over from it. I mean, at least that's what I presume, is that as soon as you get from a single mammoth, huh? That's like a really easy counter. Like, super duper easy. Sandbag might even survive. If the sandbag survives, well, if the raptor one-shots the mammoth, that works too. Can't really well, world mammoth. The mammoths on the world map. It's not I don't really know. I do feel like the encounters here might be somewhat non-interesting, simply because of the fact that they're, you know, basically just the same encounters that everyone's seen like 100 times at least, I imagine. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm good at being wrong even. But I don't know. And because I don't know, there's not much else I can say, I guess. We got this other encounter, which is an easier version of the previous encounter. Oh yeah, yeah. So someone commented on a video, or on one of the previous videos, the one in which I like said that I had like gotten the Patreon subscription or whatever for the Battle Nations support or something like that. So someone commented on that video asking me to play some game called World Box or something. And I mean, I looked up the game, and it's just $20 that I don't have in my pocket right now to spend on something that I don't know if I'll even like or not. So I'm thinking if I do get that game, that it'll probably be a while from now, considering you know, something like food probably comes above spending $20 on some game I've never heard of. But I mean, the game didn't look bad on Steam or whatever, but you know, maybe if there's a Steam sale, and by a Steam sale I mean like, you know, what's it called? One of the Steam sales where it's at least 25% off, I'd say. Then I'd probably go for it. But I feel like if I'm gonna buy a full-priced Steam game, then I'm gonna want it to be a game that I know I want to play. And there are some other games that take priority over games that I haven't heard of before. Like there's this game called Factorio, I believe. Or yeah, it's Factorio. And that one's never gonna go on sale apparently, so if I'm gonna buy a full price Steam game, then it's probably gonna be that one. Because I'm just the type of person who would, or at least that one looks like something I would enjoy, is what I'm trying to say, I guess. If that makes sense to the people listening and watching out there. I don't know, I guess I just have my priorities with what sorts of games I prefer. Oh well. Doesn't super matter. The real thing is, though, that Battle Nations was the first game that the first mobile game that I think I had ever really taken a liking to. Like, there were other games, right? There was this mobile game called, what was it called? There was like Bloons Tower Defense 3 or Bloons Tower Defense 4 or something. And I guess that one was pretty fun back in the day. Not really too interested in the modern Bloons Tower Defense 7 or whatever it is. You know, the one where they went from just like, you know, the simple sort of fight the battles, use the towers, to like some sort of persistent progression with the towers. To where you gotta like spend real money on gotcha pulling the towers or something. Or gotcha pulling the tower level up maxes or whatever. I just didn't feel like that was the thingy that I was interested in. I mean, I don't really know. To each their own is what I like to believe, I guess. And for me, I guess Battle Nations is something I do enjoy quite a lot. See, what was another old game that was out around the same time? There was this... I think there was a phase where I went through looking through a bunch of mobile games or whatever. Because I'd only ever played the old Battle Nations on like a tablet or something that I used to have. So after that, the Battle Nations shut down, I think I went through a phase of looking through a bunch of games trying to find a new like Battle Nations replacement or something like that. So yeah, I do think that so I think one of the ones that I went to was Clash of Clans or something like that. And I recall playing it for like, I don't know, a couple weeks maybe at maximum. It was just not the same. Not the sort of thing I was interested in at the time, so just kinda got sick of it, as one does when one doesn't enjoy something. And then after that, you know, there was another one, which I actually didn't mind too much. Was SAS Zombie Assault 4, but it was just not the same sort of things. Not the same type of game. It was more of a... It wasn't about strategy, it was more just about running around and dodging the zombies. Which, I mean, still fun, I guess, but... You know, not as good, in my opinion. Kinda got left to the wayside by a company that developed it anyways, since they decided they would rather work on their money-making games, like the Bloons Tower Defense game, right? So, you know, one game gets practically abandoned while developers focus on the other game instead, or something like that. So that was, yeah, the story of that, I guess. Funnily enough, I know there were like a bunch of other games that I did try to play to, you know, replace this one back in the day also, but I don't think any of them ever really worked or cut it or whatever. And of the ones that I can remember, I've listed the couple that I do remember. The other ones I just don't remember whatsoever. Probably because they're you know, not memorable enough or something. At least that's what I would imagine, since you know, I don't remember them at all. But, you know, maybe. I don't know. been a lot of different games that I've tried to play over the time since stuff. So eventually, I just sort of gave up on mobile gaming altogether, I think. You know, the device that I mobile gamed on reached the end of its realistic capability to run games, or to do much of anything in it at all, honestly. Because it was just, you know, not. Yeah. Consider trying to run, like, you know, some game that requires let's put this in like computer terms here. Imagine you have a computer that has 3.5 gigabytes of RAM, and you have an operating system that uses up 4 gigabytes of RAM. Well, no, not an operating system that uses 4 gigabytes of RAM. An operating system that uses like 2, and maybe 2.5. And then every game that's that you can play, that you have downloaded or that you've used to play even, they all, for some reason, have updated their game file size with, you know, consistently adding more updates, right? And those all require 4 gigabytes of RAM in and of themselves. So you've got an operating system which uses half of your current RAM capacity, and then you've got games that use over 100% of your current RAM capacity. And then, because the device is old, it also runs slower in every respect, due to the, you know, the thing that companies like to do where they push updates that actually slow the devices down to force irrelevance, you know, air quotes there, force irrelevance in order to get you to buy a new one, that sort of thing. So, I mean, I'm sure the device that I had still, like, works, but it runs so incredibly slow nowadays, I imagine that it probably isn't worth how do I put this? It probably isn't worth even trying to use, because of how slow and or bad its current functionality would be. Which, I mean, kind of annoying. And, you know, technically I have the same issue, like my my smartphone or whatever, which, you know, is from sometime in the 2020s. I believe I even got it in like 2020 or 2021, but maybe it was even 2019, but sometime in the past, you know, 5-ish years or whatever. And, you know, it's not a bad smartphone by any means. It can do most things, but the App Store says that Battle Nations is not compatible with it or something. Which is, you know, kind of lame, I guess. So, oh, it's over.